Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos and today I'm going to answer one of your questions. Okay, so this question comes from 8ROAS. If you name this because you're getting always 8ROAS, good for you. So I've been using dynamic creative since I watched this video. It made perfect sense to me. I tried it and it's working better than non-dynamic in my accounts. Join the club. I can see that the budget distribution from Facebook is different with dynamic vs regular. With regular, the distribution seems to be more even, but with dynamic, the algorithm seems to give priority to the creative or creatives with the most engagement. This is happening at the start, okay? So at the start, it's giving to the most engagement and then it's optimizing to actually the one that is having the best conversion or the event that we have as a conversion event. So I started testing max combination, 10 videos, 5 text, 5 subtitles, and it is working, but I got my best results once I reduced to the best performing creatives of the max combination test. It's something that I wouldn't do, but I understand the people that are doing it, okay? I'm more about scaling with whatever is working and you don't touch it. 99.9% of the cases, even if you put other creatives with something that is working already, it's going to win the others. So for me, lowering down, it is an option, but it's something that I don't do. My conclusion is that for dynamic creatives with max combination to work sustainably, you need to a way bigger budget. Maybe this is the reason that I don't do it, because I play with bigger budgets, because you have a lot of creatives and the assets take longer to optimize. I totally agree with you. I don't know if I'm right about this. Will you agree, Konstantinos? If you do, what CBO budget for number of assets creatives will you recommend in the experience for max combinations to work sustainably? Okay, let me answer more that. I did some comments already, but let me answer. Super condense with information question. Thank you very much for the support and for commenting. I have already replied and we had a conversation on the comments, but I know that a lot of people don't read the comments and they are more visual, so I'm doing also this series with the comments. Now, let me explain more. You are right, when you're having big budgets, you can go with max combinations. This is the reason though that for smaller accounts, I'm going with 5 images or 3 videos. For me, for smaller accounts, you can go minimum 3 videos. If you want, you can go with 10, but minimum 3. And you can go also with 5 images minimum in smaller accounts instead of doing 10. If you have big budgets, I would strongly suggest to go 10, 5, 5. But if you have smaller accounts, you can use a smaller combination from the start and break your different creatives in different campaigns if you want. Now, when it comes to narrowing down to your best creatives, I'm not against that in a technical level. In the way that I think of it, it's fine. You can do it, especially if you play with smaller budgets. But in the smaller budgets, in the bigger budgets, you can keep it as it is and you can just keep doing campaigns and campaign in order for you to scale. Last note, when we are talking about number of ad sets inside the CBO campaign, because this is a very difficult question to answer. Let me tell you how I think of it. I have a very simple rule that I like to follow. For example, if you want to spend $100 in a CBO campaign, you always need to watch what is the average results that your account is getting. For example, if your average cost per purchase that you're getting in your account is $20, then you divide the number of the budget that you have for the CBO campaign. So 100 divided with 20 is going to be 5, which means that you're going to use 5 ad sets, and then you multiply this by 2, okay? So basically you're trying to get half of the cost per purchase, the average cost per purchase that you're getting. Of course, you're not going to be able to get $10 cost per purchase, but this is going to push the CBO with enough ad sets in order for you to be able to improve your results. Now, as soon as you do that, and it's very important to understand that each account is different with different numbers and stuff, so you need to be able to learn your account and the numbers that they're good for you. For example, we might see another account that we put $100 with 8 ad sets and it's working better instead of 10. How are we going to see that though? You are going to do the campaign, you are going to see if after the 48 hours and the things that we're discussing, the optimization, the ad sets are spending too fast, for example. If you go into your campaign and you see that your average cost per purchase is 20 and all of them has spent in 2 or 3 days $40 or $50, this is a problem because it's not letting you to optimize in a slower pace. Of course, if the ROAS is good, don't care about it, but we're talking about not having good ROAS and being in the process of optimizing something that has potential to become a good ROAS. If you see that you go and they haven't spent a lot, it means that you have to decrease your number of ad sets in order for the budget to be distributed in less ad sets and they are going to spend more per day. If you see that you go and they have spent a lot, it means that you have to increase the number of the ad sets in order for the budget to be distributed among more ad sets. So keep testing it. Try to understand which combination is going to work better for you and for your numbers, and try to find the ideal number of ad sets. Also use this simplified equation that I gave you about how many to use here and there, but keep in your mind that this is something that you need to discover on your own, of course with my guidance on this side, but other than that, some answers are the ones that the people who are managing the accounts are finding, and not people like me that they are talking for other accounts or for what is happening in average across accounts. Okay, I hope that I answered this technical question of yours. I would love to keep chatting with you on the comments and stuff, and if you want to learn more, guys, about Facebook ads, don't forget about my book or my free course. And until we meet again, be creative and be consistent.